Hey, Techions. Okay, so this video is going to be a just high-level demo of how we can integrate Vue JS CDN with the Django. So, and moreover, this video is based on this blog post. So, and we are going to have a part 2 as well, part 2 blog, and we're going to explain how we can integrate the Vue.js without using the npm module, or without using our separate front-end work. We can leverage the CDN concept to handle it. So that's what we are going to see in this video. So before jump into this topic, I want to discuss about our techie objective. So our techie objective is basically to help all other developers like us. So eventually we need support from all other developers like you guys. So who is watching this video, please support us. So it's like helping other developers with a more intuitive manner, right? So I started seeing many questions here with the different technologies and different languages, and moreover we have the ticketing system concept. So we could be able to check the progress of the developer tickets. So whatever the question has been raised, we can check until the issue has been resolved from the developer end. As you see here, somebody has raised the MySQL installation error, and somebody has responded with the answer, and we checked with the user whether this issue has been resolved or not. So that will help developers get they will make sure somebody is there to help. We are not expert, right? We're not expert in all the area. We also need to check in all the platform. At least we can guide the right resource, right material to resolve that issue. So we cannot have this a single person, or we have a couple of folks, like 3 to 4 people. This is more like a open source platform. So I would request everyone, please jump into here and help each others with a ticketing system manner. Of course, you can take a look on the ticket here. What the ticket is, it's opened here. Some ticket is in progress. So you can get the details from the ticket landing page. Also we're happy to provide the rewards for each individual users. So it is like motivating users who is answering that questions. So we're just giving the motivation with the points. Later we are thinking to provide the amount also. I mean, let's say amount, the dollar amount based on the points. So that's all idea. So please support us, guys. Okay, thank you. Let's move on. So this is just as I mentioned you guys, right? This is just an high level demo video. It's not we're going to explain each individual task or each individual layer. So outcome of this project is going to be a to-do app. This entire app is running on Vue.js plus Django. Like say if I add a blog one, and I can delete whatever just a pretty to-do app. I don't have that update logic here, so you guys can try it on your own. Maybe it's kind of you can try from your end and you can let me know how we can handle the update statement or update logic logic in Vue JS with Django. Okay, let me pull the Visual Studio here and I'll show you what and all we have to do in order to integrate Vue JS with Django. So for demo purpose, I created the project called tutorial and Vue JS as related to Vue JS. It's an app, and I created the model called the to-do model, which just simply has this title and completed field. And in the view, I do have a straightforward view function. So even in document in the blog itself, it's mentioned to in order to handle the data between Vue.js and Django, it should be, if you go with a REST API approach, it will be more feasible to handle it. But rather for making everything simple, we just keep in Django itself. So we created the function to return the data, and it has the query set. So in order to convert the query set into JSON response, this is the method. So read the values and put into the list, and then return the data into JSON response. We'll see how the data looks like, what the logic we have to handle it. This is not all about discussing the function of each layer. Rather, we're going to concentrate on how we need to integrate Vue.js without installing Vue.js separately or Vue.js framework separately. So, okay, so this is the HTML. This is where we are going to extend, we're going to use the Vue.js concept. So first thing first, if you want to integrate Vue.js in your Django template as a CDN approach, then you have to import the script statement like this. So you can come to here and you can say Vue JS CDN, and it will take you to this URL, and it should have the CDN. So you just copy this script tag and you can paste in the bottom or header of your HTML page. And why Vue.js? Right, that is the next question. Vue.js is a framework, JavaScript framework. It is if you want to build a single page application. In a Django, if you want to build some using template system, it is not user friendly to build a single page application, right? When I say single page application, you just have one HTML page, and all the functionality will do by the DOM. If you are familiar with the front end, developers should know the DOM. All the data handled by the DOM itself. So that's all. So if you want to build a single page application, so we have to use Vue.js or React. So comparatively, I worked with React and Vue.js also, but React has a more feature also, but Vue is easy to deploy and easy to handle it. That's why I thought okay, let's build let's do the tutorial for Vue.js first, and later we can build something on React.js, something like that. That's what I thought. Okay, so after you deploy or imported this option, the next thing is you can also you may use Axios. In this case, I'm using Axios. Axios is also another um, you know library for Java. So Axios CDN. It will take you to this. So I just copy it from here. So what is the purpose of Axios? Axios is just like if you want to send the HTTP request call from your front end to backend. When I say front end, the HTML page or Vue application to Django backend, then Axios is more comfortable to handle it. Even you can use XML HTML request or many other approach also available. I think it should be some post also be there. Let me quickly show you that post. Correct here. Different way of processing. So you can use Ajax. You can use regular this XML HTTP request, and you can use fetch API method. So many approach, but this Axios is more comfortable to handle it. So this has to be next to each other, and then our Vue application will be in third script. So whatever so this should be in top, and the Vue JS application script we're going to handle it. It should be in next to that. Okay, so you can also write all the apps Vue.js script here itself, but I separated the file in a separate JavaScript file. That's where I imported into static files here. So like this. Okay, so after we imported these three statements, so Vue.js is work based on the one div component, root component. Again, I'm not going to dive deep into this Vue.js tutorial, but rather I just want to show you integration part. So it should be under the one root component. So this root component will be a key holder for handling all our entire application. So that's why we need to use that component as the ID. As we're using ID app, then that's where I'm using the element of app. This is how you have to refer the root component of your Vue application. So let's take a look on this app.js. So this is how we need to initiate the Vue.js. So app, or what are the variable name, new Vue, and this element is nothing but this root component. And the reason for delimiter is by default Vue also is using same curly brace concept, but in Django the Jinja template also is using the curly brace concept. We cannot use both option place, so we should explicitly say, hey, use this as a delimiter rather than the by default one. And this is where we have to process the data and methods. So as you see here, right, I'm using the add to do and delete to do, update to do methods to handle all the CRUD operation, right? So, but eventually you have to provide all the Django URL, backend URL to handle it. Like if you see in to-do list, it will return the list of values, and for to-do add, this will create the to-do data to the Django database, Django model, and This is to delete the data from the database, and this is the update data. So in order to handle these functions, we need a URL pattern. So I created this for URL pattern, just like for returning the list of to-dos, and for add, and for delete, one for update. So this is and all. I hope you guys already familiar with Django. So I'm not going to explain detail. This is just, again guys, this is just a blog post demo video. This is not an entire series, or this is not deep level. If you are looking for deep level information, I'm sorry, I'm not giving the detail level. All the detail level will exist in this post. So if you come to this post, you should see all the detail relevant information. This post also have the part 2, so you should be able to grab the details of part 2 as well here. Okay, once you build this URL pattern, then we have to frame our HTML page, right? So that's where I have a simple form. I'll come to this templating system later, but these are the simple HTML page to create this form, this is header, and some bootstrap, not bootstrap, it is a material CSS file, and it has some paragraph tag and some close button. Just simple, right? Doesn't have much complexity. Just have a normal HTML CSS design. Okay, so let's take one look on the creator. Vue JS has the lifecycle hooks. One of the hooks called created. So whenever the page has been refreshed or the DOM has been refreshed, this created method will call us first. So if you take a look on Vue.js lifecycle hooks, I think it should have more clear picture on that. So this is the lifecycle hooks of Vue.js. It has this created method. So before initiating the DOM, we are calling the Todo API to return the data and place all the to-dos in this object list or array. So once we get the data, we need to, this is a list of array, right? We have to for loop. So usually in Django, what we do, for loop, right? We have to do the for loop like something like this. For to do in to-dos, and then we do something like this, like to-do.title, something like this, right? So in Vue.js, we can use v-for option. It is just like to-dos, so just like a for loop. So you can see all the Vue.js templating system here. Template syntax. So it should have all the template for loop, list rendering, everything. If you see this for loop, right? So pretty much it's like a for loop. So to-dos and to-do, and we should have to provide a key ID also, and then list all the to-do in a delimiter, because that's what by default Vue is providing the template tag like this, but we explicitly mention in this element file to use this delimiter instead of the regular curly brace. That's why we have given this approach here. And we do have another option in Vue.js called onClick method. So let's say onClick is nothing but if I add something, this is a onClick event, right? Because when you move the mouse, and if you click something, then it's an onClick event in Vue.js. So if I want to delete this, it will delete that. So in order to handle that, we need to call the method in Vue.js. So you just use the delete to do and pass the delete to do ID, just like that, and you can handle that delete to do in your methods call. So delete to do is delete the using the Axios, delete the data from backend, and filter the data from the DOM. So this is the key core concept of handling the Vue.js integration. Again, it's not an entire video of Vue.js. You can get all the script details or entire code here itself. So I think that's all I want to show you, the demo of how we can integrate this Vue.js. So key part is these two and this part. We should know how to integrate or how to call these methods. So just take a look, and I think it should be helpful if you want to build some single page application for your project. So you can take a reference from Vue.js tutorial as well as the or if you want to, this approach is only of a CDN approach. And one more thing, guys, just forgot to mention, as if you're going for CDN approach, this will not work in a old browser like in Internet Explorer 11 or less than 11. This CDN approach will not work because in Vue.js, this delimiter is getting override by Django override. So that will not work. So that information also has been provided here, why it is not suitable for the old browser. If you want to use this single page application using this CDN approach, then it should work in all modern browsers, not with old browsers. So just keep in mind. Okay, I think that's all I want to cover this video. Just a demo, not anything else. Sorry guys if I give a false hope about this video initially. Thank you.